to reflect on last night's game and talk all things Cardinal and Myrtle is Steve Mavin, former Bunny centre, joins us on Higher Ground. Steve, thanks for taking some time out, mate, to have a chat on a Friday night. How you been?
G'day, Chris. No worries. Been good. It was a tough game to watch last night for a Bunny supporter. They didn't look impressive at all. They dropped too much ball. They couldn't complete a set. They were under 50% late in the game, which was, just unheard of. Yeah. So, it was like torture for a Rabbitohs fan, I think, that game. But all of a sudden, yes, we got our act together, and by some miracle, we fought our way back to 14 all. And, that Latrell field goal, that's a moment we'll all remember for a long time. It was just, he just struck it beautifully. It never looked like missing from the moment he struck it. Yeah. And we were jumping for joy. But in the end, it was another error that cost us when young Lockie Ilias got the ball to Cody, and it went behind him, went to ground, and gifted the Storm that field position, which they have got advantage of. Yeah.
Look, he's a work in progress, Lockie Ilias. We know that he's a rookie, pretty much. Huge shoes for him to fill as well. How do you see his progression coming along? Do you think? How long do you think it'll take before he can have that sort of Mr. Consistency about him?
Well, I think he'll get there, and he's shown some good signs in the last two games. I think he ran the ball over 20 times last night. He's having a go. He's run over 100 metres. He's a good defender. It's just a couple of the things he's done wrong. It's rookie errors, just lacking in a bit of confidence. But he does straighten the ball well, and more often than not gives good service. So, he's a work in progress. We are 0-5 in the post-Adam Reynolds era in goal kicking, which is a little bit alarming. There haven't been any real easy kicks, but I think last week Tappy missed a couple, and then Latrell was 0-3. So, I can hear the fans now saying, we should have kept Renault. But there's no point saying that because he's gone now. He's playing for the Bronx. So, young Lockie can kick goals as well. So I don't think he'll get the gig over. But it'll be Latrell's gig. Latrell just, he's a better goal kicker than that. I was watching him at training last week, and he was putting them over from the sideline. And just when we needed him to, he's just a bit rusty. I think his whole game was a bit rusty, Latrell. Like, he did some good stuff. Obviously, the field goal.
Well, that's understandable, Steve, isn't it? I would have thought that's
exactly.
Game one for a long time for the big fella.
Yeah, exactly. And, the whole team was off a bit. Cody's just lacking a bit at the moment too. And a lot of those last passes, there was about 5 tap-ons that went to ground and were just killing us. And, AJ on the wing there, he dropped a couple of those that he might well have caught, last year. A lot of those were sticking last year, and we were scoring tries at will. But it's just a bit clunky, and they're a bit off their game. But I heard Jason Demetrio say that he thinks we'll get there, and hopefully sooner rather than later, because we've got a big assignment this Friday against the Chooks at home. So.
Yes, it doesn't get any easier for you against the Chooks. Just back on Latrell, I mean, he was all the talk really in the build-up, and we know a week or two ago he was suggesting the game's gone soft. This is after that long suspension he served for Joey Manu's injury, so there's going to be some heat when you take on the Roosters, no doubt about that. And then Latrell, I thought it was lovely. It was great theatre last night after he nailed that 2-pointer to take it into Golden Point. He didn't waste any time turning around and letting the Melbourne Storm fans know exactly how he thought.
Yeah, well, that's how he plays with passion. And he said that in an interview on the Rabbitohs website, I think it was, that, people mistake that for him being, dirty player or whatever, but he's not. He loves to win. He puts himself on the line. And obviously what happened with Joey was a regrettable incident, and it was just the way he plays, 100 miles an hour. He's like a caged lion, and you can't tame that. You just got to let him play. But yes, he has to play smarter and channel that aggression in the right places. And I think he will. He's even said he's getting older, a bit wiser. He's able to kick up the backside. And I'm hoping that I'm pretty confident the best of him will come out this year. I mean, we've been to training a couple of times over the last few weeks, and you get there and you just see him throwing those beautiful passes, cutting out players to the wingers like AJ and on the other side. So, he's got those skills. He's got the great skills for a big man, and he's got all the skills. And we just need him to find a bit of form for us sooner rather than later, starting this Friday.
Talking of Friday, Stevie Mavin, what's a typical Friday for you? And thanks for joining us, mate. Too, I must say, you're probably having a couple of quiet sherbets. Well done earlier on to the Panthers. They held on to beat the Dragons. What was that, 2016? And I'll bring our listeners up to speed with the events at the SCG in that match between the Roosters and Manly. Friday night, typical Friday night at home for you?
Yeah, just a quiet one. I've had the week off, played golf during the week, got
Yes.
together with all the boys up at the Central Coast, up at Shelley Beach. That was great. But
Yeah.
we drank way too much beer, and I'm still recovering, so I haven't even had a beer tonight. I'm back at work tomorrow on the wharves.
What time start there?
So I got to start at 6 a.m. So
Righto. Will Cement be out there?
he might well be. He's not on my line, but yeah, he might be out there, or Corey Hughes, or Big Keithy Galloway.
It's a fair lineup
there now. And Shifty Sherwin started out there now.
Oh, has he, Shifty? So. Geez, I tell you what, you've got a fair lineup on the wharfs out there. I think Joel and Fletch have done a Wharfies 13. I'm pretty sure you made the cut. That was last year they did that. Darren Brown, now listen, he's obviously the co-host of Rabbitohs TV. Now, what's Brownie? Did I see Brownie down there on the sidelines at Amy Park last night?
Yes, you did. He made the trip down.
You can't miss his noggin.
No, you can't miss Brownie. He was on the sideline, and we did a live cross to him. While the Jersey flag was on, and he called a bit of the action. And our Jersey flag boys went down narrowly 36-32 to the Thunderbolts, I think they call them down there. So, yeah, we're not winning in all grades at the moment, but we've got some talent through the ranks. But yeah, Brownie was there on the sidelines, and it's a beautiful field down there at Amy Park. He turned the camera around and showed us the grass, and they do a great job down there. It's unfortunate we've never won down there, and we were hoping it was going to be yesterday, and it didn't happen. But he was there. He stayed at.
I was going to say. Sorry, mate. Go ahead. I was just going to say. I think it's one of the longest losing streaks in the game at the moment, isn't it? You brought it up, Stevie. I wasn't going to mention it.
Sorry. Well, while we're on that, it's 35 times we've played them. I think overall we've only won 5, and we've never won in Melbourne. So hopefully that's not going to happen this year. Hopefully it's either next year or the year after we can get them down there. But it's just just a juggernaut, the Storm. They had the big three for so long, and now they've produced probably another big three. You've got Harry Grant, and Pappenhausen, and Cameron Munster. It's sickening for an opposition fan's point of view, but for them, you've got to take your hat off to them. Yeah. What they're doing down there is just we've bellyache, 500 games, and
yeah, it was nice for him, and I know I liked Billy Slater, the speech at the end of the game. I thought that was all real good stuff. I mean. Just back on you boys in terms of experience, and we talk about Adam Reynolds and his loss. Yeah, we know all that, and I guess probably we gloss over the goal kicking duties. We didn't really mention much about that, but I was doing some figures last week, just having a look, and I haven't got the figures in front of me, but it was in the 1,000 or maybe 2,000 in terms of games lost with Adam Reynolds, Dane Gagai, Jaden Stewart, and Supercoach Wayne Bennett. I think we probably underestimate the amount of experience the club has actually seen walk out of Redfern in one hit.
Yeah. Well, those 4 guys, 3 of them started in the grand final and one of them coached it.
Yeah.
So, yes, it does leave a massive hole. And so we have to try and cover
and Benji too. Let's throw him in as well.
Yeah. A bloke called Benji. He's not really an afterthought, is he? So, yeah, but, Renault kicked at a career percentage of 82%, which is one of the greatest of all time. And his attacking kicking game, as we all know, was one of the greatest of all time. And just his presence and game management was legendary. He's a grand final winning halfback. So, yeah, we are, at the moment it's looking like we're having a little bit of a problem covering that, but full confidence this team. We've still got Cody Walker. We've still got Latrell Mitchell.
Oh, no, you've got the cattle.
We've still got some talent.
Yeah. No,
we've got the cattle there. We've got some good, and the young Davey Mawali came on last night. You might have noticed him. He's an 18-year-old prop, and as soon as he got on there, he made a break, put some shots on. So look out for him in the future to come into this squad. So
Stevie, it's not, mate. It's not doom and gloom at all. Not at all, mate. We're 2 rounds in, and you've taken the Storm all the way to the line. It doesn't, as we say, doesn't get any. So you got the Roosters next Friday, is it?
Friday today week coming up, and it's a big one. First home game. I think my co-host was saying it's the first time in 9 months that the Rabbitohs have had a home game. So hopefully they're out in force. It's going to be a big night, and obviously Latrell will be up against Joey Manu, I think, if they're both fit to play. So that on its own is going to bring the crowds in. But I mean, yeah, it'll be good to get off on the 2 points with a win over our arch rivals.
Oh, I bet it would. I bet it would.
There at Acor.
Mate, keep up the good work, Stevie, too, with Rabbitohs TV. Did I see you guys chip it in to help some of the flood victims too in Lismore?
Yeah, we did. A couple of our sponsors, Bunnaby Water and Lee, we'd like to thank them for helping us out. We got a truckload of water and chocolate sent up to the flood victims up there. So we hope that was helped out some people that have been struggling up there. It's only a small gesture, but we just did what we thought we could to help. So we're lucky that we've got some sponsors that will help us do that. And we just want to put a few smiles on a few faces that have had a tough time with those bloody floods.
Nice. All right, Stevie, thanks for taking time out, mate, on your Friday night. Get back on the wharfs tomorrow. We'll talk again soon, and good luck on Friday against the Chooks.
Any time for you, Chris, on higher ground. Love it, mate.
Yeah, Stevie Mavin there. Yeah, I spoke to him a little bit earlier on, so good to have him up tonight.